What's going on, guys? This is Noah here. Welcome back to another video on All Things Noah YouTube channel. In this video today, I'm going to be talking about my departure away from TikTok and the reasons why I left and why I probably will never return to the platform unless they make really huge moderation changes. So let's definitely get right into it. So the reason why I actually left TikTok was I was getting really punished a lot with my gaming clips when I would actually post a gaming clip to TikTok. Um, Basically, the clips would either get taken down from TikTok. They would alert me that my clip was taken down for unfair moderation, where I violated their community guidelines with one of my Call of Duty clips with violence and gore, or copyright, or all of those. Which I was getting pretty frustrated with that. And another thing too, as well, if I posted my story that I was going live, like on Twitch, YouTube at the time, TikTok would basically take that down, like they were saying, like, oh, he's on this other platform, he's not on our platform, we're just going to take his story down. So, and that's what they actually end up doing. And it felt very unfair. It felt very frustrating. Even though I did submit disputes a couple times, and I actually won those back. And most of the time, I've lost those. So it definitely was really frustrating putting my gaming clips out there on TikTok since I've been working on this platform for so many years, putting clips out there to try to bring more people over to my other streaming platforms. And they just decided to basically punish them. And that was kind of the reason why I left too, as well, because I just had enough and I kind of reached my limit with them. Is they punished me at least like 6 times, I believe, if I'm correct. But yeah, they punished me like 6 times on one of my gaming clips um, back at the time. And I used to stream on there. I used to actually stream on TikTok. I used to stream on there. Got a little bit of growth on there a little bit. And it just kind of like stopped because, my limits with streaming on more platforms. I cut that back a little bit and just focus more on my other platforms. I just use TikTok for clipping. So that's what I kind of really, really much did. But when I reached my final straw with them basically muting my whole entire Dead by Daylight clip, I think that was kind of the end of the line with me. I kind of just slowed down, kind of stopped, and just deleted the app and totally walked away from it because I feel like TikTok was definitely not worth it for me anymore. I didn't see the potential for it. I don't see the future of me being on there and all that kind of stuff. So I just kind of just fully walked away from it and to kind of focus on platforms that do appreciate my time and support me. So that's why I kind of been making that move to putting more effort into Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. Because I've been seeing a whole ton of growth from those platforms versus TikTok. TikTok, I did get a lot of views back then. I used to get like 4,000 views to 1,000 views. But since they kind of cut back more on gaming content and kind of focus more on IRL content, I feel like TikTok is definitely going in the IRL direction, and it's kind of how has been. And it's not really much of a gaming platform anymore, in my opinion. Maybe for most people it is, but for me, it's definitely not a gaming platform for me anymore, unfortunately. And I feel like gaming clips don't do well on TikTok for me anymore because I would get really less views. I only get like usually around there, like usually around 59 to 100 views, or sometimes one TikTok will get like usually around 200 views. But yeah, I just don't feel like TikTok isn't the place for me anymore. And I feel like that was just the right move for me just to step away from it and kind of move on to other platforms that I feel more appreciated on and the kind of ones that I kind of want to put my effort and focus to. I did actually delete Lemonade as well. I did delete that app too as well because I definitely ties with TikTok too as well. They're owned by the same company. And then I did remove Blue Sky because I never really gained any traction there. And there was just not really like any support over there. So I've kind of cut back on platforms, kind of just cut back a little bit on social media, and just kind of focus on ones that I really want to put more of my effort into, like Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Threads, and Discord. So I definitely want to focus on those platforms a little more and put more time into versus being on the ones that I was on before. So, but yeah, I have officially left TikTok. I might not be coming back anytime soon unless moderation changes. Because I feel like moderation over there is just definitely unfair. And it's just very punishable. It really is. And TikTok's rules are really strict. They're very strict than any other platform that I remember. But I know YouTube does have sometimes some punishments, but they mostly get me for copyright. That's mostly the thing they mostly punish me for, but they don't really punish me at all. And their rules are very clear and understanding, and that's what I wish TikTok would have clear guidelines of what I broke and what I didn't break in that clip, because I would be okay with it if they had really clear guidelines and actually didn't put like a Walmart Target sign that says like, oh, you violated this, but no explanation of what I broke. So it's kind of how it's like over there, and I feel like they should have really clear guidelines. I think that's one of the things I would like about TikTok, that they can do that. But I don't think they're really going to be honest. And I feel like when we were fighting to get TikTok back here in the US, I feel like the algorithm really changed definitely a lot. It feels like more slower over there than it used to be. Like I would get like followers and all that kind of stuff and likes and all that kind of stuff. That was great, but I feel like views are just kind of like dead over there, in my opinion. Maybe not for anybody, but for me, it definitely felt like it was dead over there. It just felt like dead water. But yeah, I am definitely leaving TikTok. I'm definitely gonna miss all the people that I did support on there, and I do want to thank you guys for supporting me on TikTok and following my journey on there. And I think it was just time for me to change and kind of move over to other platforms that treat me better, give me more support, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys definitely did enjoy this video of me, of my departure of leaving TikTok. Let me know down in the comments of your guys' experience of leaving TikTok, or have worked around these issues with TikTok's moderation, or still continue to post on there, or anything. But I hope you guys do follow me over on my new platforms, Instagram and YouTube, since I'm going to be putting more effort into those platforms. So you guys probably already know that I'm on YouTube, so you guys will find me easily. And people probably know that I'm on Instagram too as well. So I hope you guys did get a really good explanation why I left and why I feel more happier than I was before. Because I feel more happier than I was before, because I feel like TikTok was giving me a whole lot of stress, actually, to be honest, a lot of pressure in that way, just to avoid the moderation. But they would always get me for no reason, or didn't give me any clear explanation unless they gave me a notification about it. But yeah, that's the reason why I left. I feel more better and more happier, more confident than I was before of leaving TikTok. And it does feel strange because I haven't been on TikTok for a week and haven't actually looked at the app at all. So, but yeah, I am pretty happy to be in a better website than, TikTok, But let me know down in the comments. Definitely share out the video to more people to help push the YouTube algorithm out there. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is Noah here, signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next video on All Things Noah YouTube channel.